Alright, I'm back again today, and I'm going to talk about some stats about YouTube and YouTube revenue and usage stats in 2024. So, before I go forward, I'm just brand new to YouTube. Let me look real quick. Right now, I got about 15,000 subscribers, and it's really not difficult, but it's not easy at the same time. But before I get into that, I'll give you a disclaimer. Um, I'm just some random guy on YouTube. I just started it sometime last year, and it's now making a little bit of money. It's making like $2 or something like that off of shorts. So I'm starting to make money off of it. But in 2023, based off the stats, from 2023 to 2024 so far, YouTube generated $31.5 billion of revenue, marking a 1.3% increase year to year. So that's really good for people on YouTube. It's not a dying platform. It's increasing year over year. And over 2.7 billion people have access on YouTube at least once a month. So people are coming over and over and watching people content, and they're looking for new things to watch. So the most subscribed channel on YouTube right now is T-Series, but in terms of revenue, it's Mr. Beast. Now, Mr. Beast is on a whole nother level. If you don't understand who Mr. Beast is, he gives away millions of dollars. He puts millions into his company. Anything he earns, he throws back in to grow the channel, and he's hyper focused on it. It's to the point he has to cut his hair a certain style or people don't recognize him. Now, full-time YouTube creator in US in 2024 is 394,000 people in US that at least work 40 hours a week on YouTube creating content and making money for their channel. I don't put 40 hours a week. I put about 10 or 20 hours a week making these videos and editing them. So I don't put that many hours. It's more of a hobby for me, and it's growing, and I greatly appreciate it. So like and subscribe. Now, however, it is essential to know if you want to become a successful YouTube creator, only the top 3% of channels attract significant views, meaning 3% of people on YouTube get most of the views. And the other 97% is fighting for the rest. It's the reality of it. So if you're going to get into YouTube, just know that top 3% has the market hold, and it's really hard to get into the top 3% because they will advertise and you're fighting for their advertisement space if you're in their same niche. So it's really hard to break out into YouTube stardom unless you do something viral or you do something to catch people's attention. Now, that's not saying the earning potential of YouTube is not good. If you break YouTube star with millions of followers, you can easily make 7 figures a year. Easily. But even lesser known content can make a modest following and can have a solid income for a side income or full time. You can make $10,000-$20,000 a year as a side gig just working 5 or 10 hours a week. So it's not a bad gig. But you also have to remember, you can't be paying for editors. You can't be paying for everything whenever you have to do it on your own. Now, how do you calculate your earning on YouTube? So YouTube will calculate it for you. That's pretty much how they do it, but the tools they consider factor the video view and the engagement and the historical performance. And you have to drag your YouTube view counter slider based on your daily views. So if you get 1,000 views a day, 1,000 times whatever your click rate. So if your click rate is low or high based off of your subscriber count, you can be making, $3 a click or 0.001 a click. You can make $5 a click, but it's all based who you are. And do your estimate daily, weekly, yearly earnings that way is the only way you can do it. You can estimate it, but You have to remember that YouTube monetization involves various factors, including ad revenue, sponsorship, merchandise, and other income stream. If you're passionate about creating YouTube, explore YouTube, and you'll find your niche. Now, if you don't know the requirements for YouTube channel monetization, I'll go over it right now. So you have to make sure you get the watch hours, right? So you can't just get 1 million subscribers and have 0 watch hours in the public. So if you get that, that means they're going to find out you just paid for a bunch of bots. So if you have 4,000 public watch hours within the last 12 months, they will start monetizing if you also have 1,000 subscribers. So you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 public watch hours, and then you can get monetized. They do have the 500 now. I think they lowered it for a little bit, but that doesn't give you monetization. They just recognize that you got subscribers. Now, for the content policy and guideline, you have to always adhere by it. You can't be not following their guidelines. And if you mess it up, they're gonna ban you from YouTube and won't give you your partnership. You know, applying for YouTube program is through their link and AdSense account, and they just pretty much pay you. Now, if you didn't know, most people make money off of their merch because 70% of merchandise are purchased right after seeing it on YouTube. So that's what the stat says. So if they see something on a short or they see something on a video, more likely they're going to buy it during that time because you have a higher likelihood. Now, is it worth getting in YouTube? I think it is if you're not going to hyper focus on it. Because if you hyper focus on it, you also have to remember you always had to look for the best, right? You always had to get that viral video. And what's the point of you coming on YouTube? If it's to become famous, well, you had to figure out how to break the algorithm. And then you had to advertise it. Because no one will see your stuff if you don't advertise it. Because YouTube is not going to advertise your stuff for free. So you had to constantly share your videos. You had to go to events. You had to go get seen by the people and tell them you have YouTube. So the first year I went to conventions after conventions telling people, hey, I have a channel. I talk about business and finance. And that sector is very hard to get into because not many people would in these events wanted to listen because not many people care about money, finance, and business. So I was going to these anime convention and, just because I'm not going to go to a business convention and get bored out of my mind because even I get bored at those conventions. So I went to these other events to diversify my YouTube. So whenever I started doing that, my channel started going up. I had to come up with unique ways to get viewers that way. And this was all free method. Posted on Facebook, posted on Instagram, posted on, X, posted on all these social media. You had to constantly do it and engage with other people. And you have to collab with other people. Now, I don't really collab with other people, so that's why my channel doesn't grow as fast as others, but it does still grow. Here's some more stats if you didn't know. YouTube Premium has roughly 27.9 million users as of 2024. So those YouTube Premium are who you really want to subscribe because they pay you for having those subscribers, and that helps your numbers. And the reason why I got into YouTube is because I found out that 62% of internet users have access to YouTube daily. So 62% of people who use the internet will watch YouTube daily, every day. And 92% access YouTube weekly basis. So if 92% of people watch YouTube once a week, it's a place to put your information for educational. Now, I really try to make only educational and my little food videos, and I stay away from everything else because politics and everything else is it's not where I want to be at. Um, Now, children in the U.S. spends about 77 minutes per day on YouTube. So if children in U.S. spend 77 minutes on YouTube on the mobile app, that means you can focus on trying to get children to watch your educational videos or make video game content. But the YouTube audience in the United States in 2023, and this is what everyone has to remember, is not even across the board. So if you didn't know, between the age of 19 and 25 make up about 23.48% of the YouTube audience. And then the 26 to 32 make up 28% of your audience. And it significantly dropped to 33 to 39 to 16.86%. So you have to know your audience before you get into YouTube. And I'm just talking some stats so that everyone can get an understanding that YouTube is a number system, and you can't just make a video and think everyone's going to watch it, because you have to look at your demographic and what demographic you can shoot for and what do people want to see. If your majority is between 26 and 32, then you have to find that age group and see why and what they would like to watch if you want to get more viral or get more viewers or more subscribers. Now, YouTube user and their demographic status in India is a country which most YouTuber user is at. There's 462 million YouTube user in India than any other country. So in US, it's a second place with 239 million users. And the UK only has 56.2 million users. So majority of the user is in India. And if you can advertise and get a good base of YouTube viewers from India, you can have a pretty good subscriber count. But they're not into the same thing that they are in the US. And they also make a different pay range for country to country. So you could have 1 million subscriber in India, but if you have 1 million subscriber in the US, it pays different because it's a different type of pay due to advertisement and everything else like that. And that is based off YouTube, how much they want to pay you for that country and those people prescribing or subscribing. Now, if you didn't know, YouTube has a 54.4% male YouTube base. So 54% of users are male. So I'm only going over all these stats so that people understand that these are all just numbers. And if you're going to get into it, you have to look at these numbers before you make your content, because you have to know what you're going to make videos if you want to go viral or have a large subscriber account. I pick business and finance because it's easier for me to talk about because that's my expertise. And two, it's because more of the Indian and more of the Asian and more of the other countries are more interested in learning about business and finance from experts. So I am gearing towards a more non-American base because they're more interested in business and finance and how to handle their money and how to start a business and what games make money, what stocks to buy, because they don't have the same access to the internet that we do, because each country does limit what goes through their country. So they might tell you they don't, but every country I've been at, the YouTube search engine is different, the algorithm's different, people look at the channels different, people watch different things in each country, and people are just different per country. And Netflix is a great example that just found out, hey, people are actually interested in international stuff. So if people are actually interested international. Cool. So I'm trying to reach international viewers and not just United States viewers. So if I want to do that, guess what I have to do? I have to make generic or videos that can apply to other countries. Now, if I'm going to restate this, but 70% of viewers have made a purchase after seeing a brand on YouTube. So straightforward, 70% of viewers, and this is stats based off of YouTube algorithm and advertisement agency. So if that is being said, guess what? You should advertise your merchandise on there because 70% of viewers bought something afterwards. And it's target ads. Now, YouTube for business stats, it use 54% of the market, of social media. So, and in Social Media Examiner, the industry report for 2023 says 54% of market use YouTube, and 59% of the market plan increase their use of YouTube videos. So a lot of people make videos. A lot of people watch it. What's your ideal length of a YouTube video? 7 to 15 minutes. So like and subscribe, watch my video. But that's some stats. And yeah, 7 to 15 minutes. This one's a little bit longer is what the stats says. All right, like, subscribe, and please follow along.